Hi, so friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Laura, and in today's video I'll be showing you the sewing part of this tutorial. In our last video we did the drafting part, and if you have not seen it, I'm going to leave the link in the description box for you to go watch it. But before we get into the video, please hit that subscribe button if you're yet to be subscribed to the channel, and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you. This is the upper part of the pattern paper of the dress. I went ahead and cut it out on the ankara. I also cut out lining for it. I added gum to this, Estee gum and chest warden. Chest warden is the white gum you're seeing on the fabric, and I want that part, the bust part, to be firm. That's why I added chest warden there. I'll go ahead and sew this princess that together. I'll sew the sides together. I'll do the same thing for the lining. And this is what it's looking like. This is why I added the chest one to the bust part, because I wanted this structure here. I'm not adding any cup to it, like bust cup to it. So that's why I added the chest one. This is our back piece here, the upper part, that's the half length. In our tutorial, I showed you guys the neck depth I used 6 inches, but I went ahead to cut out 9 inches here because it was not deep enough for me. And I added gum Estee to the ankara of this dress just to make the ankara have a bit of thickness again. I'm going to be joining the princess dart of this dress just like this. You can see I am done joining the princess dart. You can see I've ironed it out and it's looking flat. I did the same thing for the lining part of this dress. So all I'm going to do is just place the lining on the right side of this fabric. I'll go ahead and sew the neck and the zip part of this dress. So this is the down part of the back piece. I went ahead and cut out lining for it. I always make my lining shorter than the main fabric. So the ankara, when cutting it, I added extra allowance to it. Then when I want to cut the lining, I'm going to take that out and I make the lining shorter than the ankara. So how to sew it? I'll just go ahead and place this part here and I'll sew it. Drag this lining to match up, then sew round. This is what it will look like. I'm done sewing the lining. You can see how smooth and neat this is, and you can see how the back side is just fine. This is the down part of the front piece. I did the same thing. I cut a short lining, I'll sew it that way, and I'll also sew it round the sides like this. I'll do the same thing for the half part of the front down like this. I went ahead and cut a short lining and I'm going to be sewing it the same way. So this is what it will give you after sewing it round. You can see how neat it is, very fine and beautiful. You can see how this part sew it. After sewing it, please make sure you iron it neatly. So back to our back piece again. This is the upper side of our back piece. I'll bring it and join it with the down part of our back piece, just like this. This is the half length. I'll just join it there. But before I do that, at this side, just go ahead and sew this place like this. Sew it and iron it before joining it to the down part of the dress. Do the same thing for this other side. So after doing that, this is what you will get. You can see how neat it is. I'm just going to fold it up like this, place this together, and I sew this allowance for the zipper, and I'll go ahead and add zip to it. You can see how it's looking really neat. So the front part here, I'm trying to arrange the front down parts. You know, we have two pieces of it, so I want to join it together. I arrange them together and I'll go ahead and pin this down. I need to pin it down just like this. Then I'll bring the upper part of the front piece, you can see, and I'll join it to the half length on that waist line. Just join it here. After doing that, I'm going to place my back and front piece together because I want to hold the shoulder. And this is how to have a neat finishing on the shoulder. Just watch the video carefully like this and you sew it. You have a neat finishing at that shoulder line. I'll go ahead and shape this dress to my size all the way down. We're done with that. So this is the structural part of the dress for that sleeve. I went ahead and folded this pattern paper into two and I marked my half length on it. So this is my half length, 14.5 inches. I drew this line like this, and on this upper part here I went ahead and marked about 5 inches, just like this, and down here I marked 1 inches. I went ahead and connected this line together and I'll cut it out. So I cut this out just like this. After cutting this, I placed it on the ankara and I added allowance to it. I didn't add allowance to the pattern paper, I did on the ankara, and I cut it both ankara and lining. So on the ankara part, I added collar gum to it because I want it to be strong, like to have that structure. I went ahead and added collar gum to it. So I'll place the lining on the ankara, and I'll sew it here. Mind you, on the lining part, I use gum stay. So this is what you're going to get after you sew it. I iron it out like this, flat this way. And on this side, I just went in and folded this part in and iron it. So this part here, I just folded it in and I iron it neatly like this. I'll sew here like this. I'm going to sew it like this. Then I'll sew this other side like this before going in, and I press it I'll take it to the machine and sew like this for it to give me that structure. And it is ready. The next thing is just to go and pin it to the dress and tag it. So this is the dress. I just placed it on the dress. I pin it and I tag it. You can see it here. Then on this other side, I just use this nice chain on it to just, design. That's the end of the tutorial. Please, if you have any other tutorial, please let me know in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much.